Hey. So Metal Gear Solid 2. This is probably the Metal Gear game I know the least about. Oh, fuck. I forgot the terms of use bullshit. Uh-huh. And it's gonna open up fucking Edge! Raven hates Solidus. Also, Raven, you said the one time he let someone else do it instead of him winning up with Metal Gear Solid was right. Actually, oh, for fuck's sake. Actually, the first time he let anyone do it besides himself, we ended up with Metal Gear 2 Snake's Revenge. Then there was also Metal Gear Acid 2, Metal Gear Ghost Babel, and then there was also
These things
Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. Those aren't real games. Those are real games. You can buy them. You can play them. You only remember Metal Gear Survive because it's the recent one. Anyways, Metal Gear Solid 2 depicts two events. Solid Snake investigating a new kind of Metal Gear as part of the Tinker incident, as well as Foxhound's newest member, Raiden, taking on a group of terrorists who have captured an offshore facility in a Big Shell incident. In addition to the first-person aiming mechanic, players also gained the ability to hold up enemies and dispose of their bodies. Okay, download what? Oh, Japanese language pack? Nah, okay. Let's see here. Options. Audio.
Irvin said you can buy someone beating your head in with a hammer. That doesn't make it a real service.
Alright. This is English. Game. Kojima Productions. The Fox Patch. Blue Point Games. Blue Point's owned by Sony now, right? Konami Computer Entertainment Japan. This will be my first time playing this game as well. Oh, wow, Kojima. I've never seen this opening before. love it. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Back in Metal Gear Solid 1, on the second release, they had a bunch of VR missions. There were 300 of those missions that you could play through. That's important to remember. I want you to know those VR missions are canon. That needs to be known. Those VR missions are canon, as in-universe VR training. Okay, let me come to options here. See what we're dealing with. Oh, is the confirm button no longer B? Cool. Now it's A. All right, cool. Radar type 2. Sons of Liberty is not. It's not. Off. Radar appears even during intrusion view. Blood on real-time cutscenes. Adjust aspect ratio. Cutscenes. Letterbox. Captions on brightness. Window. Big change. Okay. Special. Basic actions, previous story. Previous story. The New York Mirror says, let's see here. The reason Raiden was created for this game was because he got Hideo Kojima got a letter from a lady fan saying she wanted to like the first game, but Snake was an older guy and she wanted eye candies. Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember hearing about that. The New York Mirror. The fuck? In the Darkness of Shadow Moses, The Unofficial Truth. Author Nastasha Romanenko. Reviewed by George Franklin. Some topics in the recent American past have the immediacy and the power that still engage our collective imagination. Names like the grassy knoll, Roswell, roll off our tongue with deliberateness reserved by most other nations only for holy lands. With this new nonfiction account from Nastasha Romanenko, Shadow Moses, the scene of a nuclear siege 2 years ago, is set to join their ranks. The official history states that the takeover of the nuclear weapons disposal facility on a lonely outpost in the Fox Islands, Alaska, was the work of a radical right-wing group. Their demands for the release of a group members incarcerated in federal penitentiaries were never met, and the incident was speedily resolved thanks to the successful deployment of a commando unit. BS. The author asserts Romanenko says that she served as an advisor to the nuclear emergency search team and deconstructs what she claims to be a cover-up story by the government with precision. According to the author, Shadow Moses Island was nothing less than the U.S. Army's testing ground for top-secret weapon known as Metal Gear Rax, an all-terrain bipedal tank with advanced nuclear capabilities. As for the facility's takeover, Romanenko alleges that it was the U.S. military's own shadowy wet works force known as Foxhound that staged an armed insurrection in a bid for Rex's possession. The government responds to this crisis by sending a lone operative, a former Foxhound member known only by the codename Solid Snake, into Shadow Moses. His infiltration is aided by a remote mission control team consisting of an unidentified Colonel Campbell, a Foxhound medical chief officer Naomi, a radar and electronics expert Mei Ling, supposedly a teenager, and the author herself. Once on the island, Snake joins forces with Metal Gear's developer turned prisoner Otacon to eradicate the weapon of mass destruction. Among the other remarkable characters that make an appearance in Romanenko's expose is another Foxhound commando, a revolver virtuoso called Shalashaska, aka Revolver Ocelot. One of the most controversial allegations in the book deals with this figure's connection to a disavowed Russian militia led by a Colonel Gerlukovich. Romanenko paints a bleak picture by a 1,000-strong, highly disciplined army with nuclear weaponry operating covertly within the American border. Even more irresistible to conspiracy scholars and students of recent history is her thinly veiled suggestion that the whole affair was planned from the beginning by certain forces inside the U.S. government. They don't explain the Shalashaska thing until MGS5, right? I do know that they have that it is brought up in MGS5. The U.S. Army and the usual suspect federal agencies have issued a statement denouncing the book as a complete fabrication. However, with a number of detailed eyewitness accounts that back up the author's assertions cropping up daily on the web, the denials serve more to enhance the book's growing reputation. Shadow Moses is an engrossing read for all, like for casual and serious readers alike, and promises to involve readers in a meaty debate over the truth of the matter for many years to come. Excerpted from the literary review column, all booked up, the New York Mirror. Okay. Shocking conspiracy behind Shadow Moses. Shocking Conspiracy Behind Shadow Moses by Gary McGolden. The island of Shadow Moses lies due north of Alaska's Fox Islands, deep in the Arctic Circle. Above one of its rocky cliffs stands a cabin normally used for meteorological surveys, and it was here that I found myself, seated on a chair with my hands bound behind my back and a burlap sack covering my entire head. A blizzard rages outside, and the cabin was a dark, silent patch somewhere inside the storm. I could sense at least 4 men around me. They had been interrogating me for what felt like hours now. The burlap sack is pungent with the traces of coffee beans. In the biting cold of the cabin, images of Brazil come to me unbidden. Alleys coiled through with vivid, untended profusion of flowers, children with skin like frothy chocolate. Okay. Sunshine capable of burning out the cornea, erupting between palm fronds. I can feel my senses starting to fail. The man at the front asks for the second and the 100th time. I'm going to ask you again, what's in the optical disc? I told you, I don't know. I just found it, okay? You're lying, you bastard. A fist explodes to the pit of my stomach, bringing up a peanut butter sandwich of many hours ago, along with the rusty taste of blood. The relentless beating and numerous knife cuts of the past hour have my whole body screaming with pain, but I refused to tell them what they wanted. I had too much invested at this point, too many days of dangerous investigation into the story of a lifetime. There was no way I was going to give it all up at this point. That's enough. A voice spoke from somewhere in the back of the cabin. We have the disc back. Just get rid of them so we can get out of this place. Even in my current sorry state, I was still a journalist. He had said, we have the disc back. That meant that my hosts were the original owners of that optical disc. The last piece of the puzzle was in its place. I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that everything recorded on the disc was true, and that the conspiracy I had suspected did in fact exist. At that moment, I heard a window shatter. The raging storm outside seemed to gain entry to the cabin in an instant, and I heard thin screams from the captors that encircled my chair. The next second, they had already fallen heavily onto the floor. The brief confusion ended before I regained enough presence of mind to even panic. Whoever was now here, whatever had happened, my tormentors were obviously out of commission. But now I can hear measured footsteps approaching across the floor. If this person had just saved my life, who was it? Or was I about to share the other's fate? The footsteps came to a halt in front of me, but strangely enough, I did not feel any sort of presence nearby. The burlap was slowly lifted from around my head, pulled off by an unseen hand. The stinging night air cooled my face, and my eyes gradually regained focus in the darkened room, and I could finally see who it was that stood before me. Just out of the sight of most citizens, a massive conspiracy determines the workings of this nation. Weapons of mass destruction secretly developed by the military, super soldiers re-engineered into war machines through genetic manipulation, a killer virus that only targets specific individuals with deadly accuracy, tanks that walk rather than roll and carry a nuclear payload, a covert organization, the third and the most powerful political party, my encounter with which landed me in this chair in the Alaskan winter. All of these are part of the truth I found sealed within the optical disc, and I intend to share what I have learned in the pages to follow. That includes everything I know. Oh my god, this is a 129-page document. We will look at this later. Fuck this. Holy fuck.
How many pages did you get into that
I got 12 pages in.
before you realized you had only covered a tenth of it?
Yeah. About our government. This is your area. Okay. We will. If you want to check this shit out,
reading.
We will check it out at a later date. But this is
No, we won't.
Okay.
You will do it on your own time.
All right.
That's
wow. I was waiting to see how long it would take you to figure out how long it is. And photo album. Missions. Name entry. Nationality UK. What the fuck? Let's go with Celine. Oh, codename, right. Ah, fuck it, whatever. Oh, that's a backspace, okay. I'm not gonna tell anybody my birthday. Ukraine. I can select a character. Okay. Snake Tails. What are Snake Tails? Codename Hungry Bitch. Snake Tails. A wrongdoing. What are these? Oh, I don't think I need to. I want to see this yet. Oh, I don't think I want to see this right now. I don't think... Okay, we're just going to start a new game. Air pump. Fuck. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. Okay, how the fuck do I exit? Huh. Okay, hang on. We're gonna go back. Since there's no easy way to exit, I'm trying to fucking... I was just trying to see if there was a pre-mission briefing like there was in MGS1, but clearly that was not the case. I made a mistake. We'll look at some of those another time, maybe. Just play this fucking game used to be... Yeah, I'm going to! God. Calm down, Raven.
Remember, Raven, Alex has to cover all her weird-ass bases.
It's also, I've never played this game before, you know?
Okay, no.
Tanker Plant.
Play the game. Say you never play the game.
Very easy, normal, hard. We're gonna do it on normal, why not? We're covering all our weird bases letter to 112 page, 129 page actually, Raven.
You're not helping yourself, Alex. You're not helping yourself at all.
This story is fictional. Any and all similarities to characters, groups, or other entities in real life are coincidental.
The Hudson River, 2 years ago. We had classified intelligence that a new type of Metal Gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses have been out in the cold too long.
George Washington Bridge. Congratulations, Snake. You shorted out the optical camo.
Our boy is right on schedule. He'll know soon enough.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh? I'm at the sneak point.
Everything going okay?
Stealth camo's busted. Landing impact.
We must have overused it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're not in the military anymore.
Right. I didn't plan on relying on this gadget anyway.
The private sector's not so bad, is it? Privacy guaranteed?
I'm happy as long as no one gives me any more unwanted gifts.
You mean that thing with Naomi?
And I can't say I miss the chattering nanny.
Mei Ling's not so bad. That reminds me, I have to get in touch with her again about that new Natick flashware.
Diverting toys from the SSCEN again? But give her a message from me. Someone will find out, sooner or later. She's better off assuming it sooner and quit while she's safe.
Too true. Okay, Snake, let's get to work. You know how the technical specs of Metal Gear were sold on the black market after Shadow Moses?
All Ocelot's doing.
Exactly. And now every state, group, and .com has its own version of Metal Gear.
Not exactly a classified weapon for today's nuclear powers.
This new one seems to have been designed to wipe the floor with all the other models. The only consistent description is that it's an amphibious, anti-Metal Gear vehicle.
That explains why this one is under Marine Corps jurisdiction.
Why
The
not
mission
Navy?
objective is to make visual confirmation of the new Metal Gear being transported by that tanker and bring back photographic evidence. But I want you first to go up to the top level of the infrastructure, to the bridge. We need to find out where the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method. We don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right, I'll head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid confrontations. Our goal is to collect evidence on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
Don't worry, I know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good. Don't you forget that you're part of Philanthropy now, an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
All right, let's look at your gear. Your weapon is a tranquilizer gun converted from a Beretta M92F.
M9.
It's a little hard to work with because you have to reload after each shot since the slide locks.
Better than scavenging at the mission site. Good suppressor, too.
The chemical stun will take effect in a few seconds and last for hours. You can take down an elephant with that thing. Check out the laser sighting, too. The effects of the anesthetic round will vary depending on what part of the body is hit. We're talking about a difference of tens of seconds between hitting limbs, chest, or head. As for the equipment... Hey, Snake, cigarettes? What's wrong with you?
It's kind of a lucky charm.
You haven't read the Surgeon General's warning, have you? Here's the digital camera. Works almost the same way as your old one.
They don't look armed.
Hey, Earth to Snake. These are nice, upstanding Marines, not terrorists. Don't get caught. You're in stealth mode here.
Sure, and if it comes to that, a little beauty sleep never hurt anyone. By the way, Otacon, are you sure of this intelligence?
Absolutely. Hacked it out of the Pentagon's classified files myself.
No traces?
Oh, please. I'm too good for that.
But this might be a trap. Remember, there's a price on our heads.
You're just being paranoid.
I hope so. Those men, You wouldn't think they were anything but civilians from here.
With all the ships passing on the river and in the harbor, putting uniformed Marines on the deck would be a bad idea. People can get a clear view of the water from Riverside, too.
The water line is too high. According to the navigational plans, this ship should have discharged its cargo upriver.
It's in there, no doubt about it.
The military trains you to watch for threats from the stern on a boat. That's SOP for counter-terror ops, too. Security should be tighter.
You worry too much.
Where's the target?
Satellite surveillance is a major international pastime these days. I'd say the cargo holds, safely below the deck. Do you see the entrance to the holds?
Looks like there are a few entryways into the crew quarters. The chopper. What? Looks like we're not the only ones after Metal Gear tonight.
Is that a chopper I just heard?
Affirmative. Probably another cavalry. What's their game? Hijack?
They're probably targeting the ship's controls.
Otacon. How many men do you need to take over a tanker of this size?
The ship is run by a computer, so I'd say about 18 people.
AKS 74U.
Spetsnaz.
Russians?
You sure?
No Marine barber touched that head of hair. I'm transmitting a photo. Let's get an ID on him ASAP.
I'm on it.
Looks like the tanker's theirs now. KA-60 Kasatka.
Kasatka? Kamov chopper, right? Killer whale.
We need to get a fix on who they are.
Judging by their transport, aren't they some kind of military commandos?
Not necessarily. It could be the KA-62, the civil model.
Look, Snake, all we need is the photographic evidence of Metal Gear. As long as we have those, we can put it online and blow the whole thing wide open. So no pyrotechnics, okay?
All right. I'll do my best.
This isn't like Shadow Moses. Reach me if anything happens. The frequency's 141.12.
How can I check in and save my progress?
I'll do it. There's a frequency set aside for it. 140.96. Sorry, but no Mei Ling this time. Call me on the codec when you want to save.
Got it.
I'll be waiting just past the Verrazano Bridge. You need to be off that ship by then.
I'll be in touch.
Okay. Said 140.96 to save.
Do you want to save, Snake?
Please do not give me shit like the last game.
Snake, you of course know the saying, one for all for one?
What is this all of a sudden?
Oh, I figured you'd need a lot of motivation, so I came prepared. It's from the Three Musketeers. The book, not the candy bar. Anyway, it means that if you go up against everyone by yourself, they'll gang up on you too, I think. Since you're on your own on that ship, you need to take this to heart and avoid confrontations. How was that? Just like the old days, huh?
Almost reminds me of Mei Ling. But you sure you got it right?
Of course. And I'll teach you a lot more of these. You can count on it.
Great.
Okay. Okay. Alright, that's how that works. Okay, that's still how that goes. Oh, shit. Is he coming all the way down here?
Oh,
Oh, cool. I've got to dive, too. How do I get to that? Don't come up here. Don't come up here. Okay, so have that dive. But it's not here to do anything. Ah, I can knock on that thing. Okay. I see something. I know you can hang. Ah, you press Y to do it.
Who's there? Enemy sighted. Requesting backup units.
Snake, go through that door into the ship's interior. Push the action button down in front of the door and wait until the door opens before letting go. If you need to open the door faster, hit the action button repeatedly while you turn the handle. Make sure you keep doing it until the door's open.
Okay. Okay. So how do I pick this guy up? Somebody's coming over here.
It's here. Everyone, stay on guard.
Understood. Increase defenses on the deck door area. Ensure that the intruder does not gain access to the ship.
Okay.
Your team, stay alert.
Who's there?
Are you kidding me? You were not there.
Enemy sighted. Requesting backup units.
Ow, oh god. Okay. Eat, restore life. Bandage. Not blood loss, no bleeding.
Return to your positions. Increase security. Understood. Increase defenses on aft deck door area. Ensure that the intruder does not gain access to the ship.
I am very bad at this. We were trying to... I had to go look up the controls real fast. Still didn't know what I was doing. Can I shoot from here? No.
Attack team, come back at once. Guard team, stay alert.
Oh, so I tried not get. Yeah, I have. I'm still figuring. This game has slightly different controls. I'm trying to. They moved certain actions to different buttons. I'm just trying to see where they're at now. Go to sleep. I shot you. Oh my god. Finally. Alright, hang on. Have to first put this away. Doors open. Deck B, crew quarters, starboard. Okay, that's blocked. Deck A, cruise lounge. Okay. This game is still mostly in top-down. Ooh, a ration.
Who is that?
Fucking.
It's the other. I need help.
What's going on?
It's
What's going on? Respond. We've lost contact with Deck B. Backup unit, check it out.
unable to locate the AWOL scope. Nothing else to report.
Hurt locker. Put an enemy in a locker. That's so fucking stupid. No. Remember, when these originally came out, they didn't have achievements. This is Konami putting those achievements there. You can't blame this one on Kojima. Or it says that he still plays them. Dexy crew quarters port. Camera.
Snake, there's a surveillance camera in place. Once you're in its field of view, an alarm will go off. You can't afford to be seen. You can also use the chaff grenade to set up some electronic interference. The camera will be ineffective for a while. There's a blind spot right beneath the camera. Use it to buy some time.
Chaff grenade. Do I have one? That is a no. Huh. Didn't think that'd work. Ah, chaff grenades right there. And some rations. Okay, so we had to get to the bridge because we needed to find out where this ship was going.
Snake, wait! Don't move!
I see it. Some kind of device on both sides of the hall. Infrared sensors?
Right, and they're linked to...
Let me guess. Semtex.
Exactly.
C4.
Plastic explosives. If you trip the sensors,
I'll be sleeping with the fishes, along with this entire ship.
that sounds about right. There aren't that many infrared beams. Maybe you can get past those without setting off the explosives. If you need to see exactly where the beams are, you can use the usual method. There's a fire extinguisher over there. Break it open and try scattering some of the extinguishing chemicals.
That other guy might come back soon.
What's that?
Right in the head. Alright. Well, we're at the bridge. Doesn't matter.
So it is the Kasaka. Russian choppers.
Did you find out where that ship is headed?
I'm looking at it. 35 degrees longitude, latitude around 58.
More than 500 miles off the coast of the Bermudas, out in the middle of the Atlantic. So the prototype is ready for solo testing. It's basically combat-worthy. That area is outside the Second Fleet's operational range, too. It must be a standalone Marine Corps project, which means this prototype Metal Gear must be designed for independent deployment, without any naval assistance. Anyway, analysis can wait till later. Snake, you need to go down to the holds and locate the actual metal...
Get USP first. Okay. It's gonna do that, so... Oh, gun empty. Completely. Alright.
Gun no longer functional.
Shalashaska has landed. I'm on my way to the tanker holds. Report your status.
Control room, communications, and engine room are under control. All entry and exit points to the tanker hold secured. Infrared sensors placed and operational.
Good work. Are the explosives in place?
Yes, they are all planted.
Listen, once we have what we came for, the tanker will be scuttled.
And the vehicle's pilot.
He's the only one who underwent the VR training. No one else can do it.
Are you sure you can trust him?
Your part in the mission is complete. You are to leave at once.
No, it's not over yet.
I can see the moon, even in this storm, pale as death. I have a bad feeling about this mission. You swore this to me, that you would leave the unit once the mission was complete.
Do not worry, this is a country of liberty.
No, this is where I belong, with the unit. I have nowhere else to go. Father, I want to stay and fight.
There is no choice to make here, Olga. Need I remind you that you are carrying my grandchild?
You will be on the helicopter out of here now.
Damn it.
Telling them to wave off.
Freeze! Hands over your head, now! Toss your gun overboard, slowly. A woman. Show your face.
You men,
She
you're
has
all the
another
same.
gun.
Who are you?
Olga Gulukovich.
Never
We
have
are
enough gun.
nomads, wanderers.
I said don't move.
Americans. So you shoot women too.
I'm a nomad too.
They had the attention to detail
What
to give
else
her
do you have?
armpit hair. That's
Take the knife and toss it.
I mean, that sounds like
Not there. Toss it overboard.
if it's
Hold
his
that
fetish.
position. Now, turn around.
You know what you're doing. It's
Like
stopped
Rolling
raining.
Stone.
Not too shabby, is it? New York, I mean.
The knife had a hidden gun mechanism in it.
Of course it did.
And that
Why
brings
wouldn't
our tour to its conclusion.
Scout knife with a surprise. You a Spetsnaz?
I think you deserve a little credit. No one's ever dodged that shot of mine. But no one gets lucky twice, either.
Boss fight? Apparently.
I've been with the unit since I was born. I grew up on the battlefield. Conflict and victory were my parents. The unit is my life, my family. We've shared everything, all the bad and all the good. I have no one, nothing except the unit. Nothing else matters to me. Whoever you are, you're not stopping us.
Okay, how am I, like, actually supposed to just throw grenades?
Take this!
Ow! I did tag her. Actually, trying to use cover and shooting at the same time is actually really hard. It is. Can't hit her there.
Take this.
I would try to get the charge. Oh, she went and did it herself.
Take this.
Oh, fuck. Ooh, man, the light's trying to blind me. I see. Nice. Still hit her.
Take this.
Fuck.
Take this.
She's almost down. Got her. Okay. Woo. Lights out. The drone?
Cypher.
Cypher?
Otacon, the ship appears to be under their control. The men have Russian gear, but I haven't been able to find out anything else about their origin.
I know who they are.
You do?
We've ID'd the old man,
Who is he?
Sergei Gerlukovich.
Gerlukovich, one of Ocelot's allies.
Yeah, the GRU colonel. He's the one Ocelot was supposed to meet up with after Shadow Moses.
They're after Metal Gear.
Everything's changed. This is not going to be as simple as we thought.
You could say that. I saw a surveillance remote just now. It looked like the Cypher.
A Marine Cypher T?
No, Army.
First the Marines, then the Russians, now the Army?
You're right. This isn't gonna be simple.
Snake, there's something I have to tell you.
What?
We didn't dig up this info about the new Metal Gear on our own. Not like usual.
How did you find out then?
It was a tip. An anonymous tip.
Anonymous? You've never trusted those. Why would you start now?
I have a younger sister, a stepsister. We have different parents. I only knew her for 2 years.
You've never mentioned her before. So?
The sender of the tip was EE.
EE?
Her name is Emma, but I always call her EE.
Emma? Emmerich?
Yeah, it just caught my eye, you know? I figured it was a coincidence, but I couldn't get it out of my mind. There's really no one out there who knows about her.
When was the last time you saw her?
Over 10 years ago.
You think it's a trap? To lure us out here?
I don't know. After I got the tip, I did break into the Pentagon system to get confirmation.
Okay.
Watch your back, Snake. Maybe I screwed up.
I've got a light-equipped USP. I can take them on now. There's no ammo, but it takes a 9mm, just like the Marines' M9. I'll find those somewhere around here.
Don't raise too much racket with that thing.
I hear you.
You got any rations on you, girl? No, but you got dog tags. Okay, my health is full, so we're good. Is there anything up here worth taking a look at? I just feel like I should check. Well, there's ammo, I think. What is this? Thermal grenades. It is grenades, right? No, thermal goggles. Awesome. All right. I was like, wait, what even would be thermal grenades for a second? All right, with these, we can look, see if there's any more Semtex surprises around. Thermite. Yeah. It would probably be thermite. Throws a grenade. All right. So. What? Where is he going? He's going around in a circle. Wet box.
Freeze.
Is that his radio? Yeah, that's his radio. Silence is golden. Okay, now he can't call for backup, even when he wakes up. And now we've got some M9 rounds. Okay, back on the bridge. Goes P. Alright, now we need photographic proof of the Metal Gear. That could have gone better. Oh well. No, wait, this way. Back this way.
Is there somebody there?
What a moron.
Who is that? It's the unknown. I need help.
Come here. Uh-oh. Oh fuck, he's got a shield. That's less than ideal. Give me what you got.
Return to your positions. Increase security. Understood.
My stupid ass.
Secure the stairs.
God, I wish I wasn't so bad at this.
Return to your positions. Increase security. Understood. Deploy search team to the portside staircase. Deck B. Increase security precautions.
I can hear the guy out there. Just pulled out a blicky out of port. What are you talking about? The soldiers. I can't. I just want to open the. There we go. Game.
Freeze.
Bandages. Nice. Alright, you just shot him for defending himself in the international war criminal assassin cell thing. He's going over there. Means I'm going this way.
There's somebody there. Who is that? It's the undead.
Ow. None of these things never go right. Why am I on the floor? Get up, Snake, get up! Oh my god.
Snake, respond! Snake! Snake!
I'll get it right. How, like, listen, Raven, I ask myself that question every time. How am I this bad? Are you kidding me, game?
What's going on? Respond. We've lost contact with the crew lounge. Backup unit, check it out.
The situation is normal.
Freeze.
Okay.
It's okay, you can go back to sleep. Why is he got all that shit around him? Is he just dirty? Like, what the fuck? Oh, now it's on me? Was one of his rations rotten or something? So that's locked. The only thing I picked up off of him was his rations. Aft deck. Oh, that went outside. Okay. I don't want to be outside. Just checking if there was any rations like here. Apparently, if you call Otacons while the flies follow you, he'd explain. Ah. Restroom? Locker room rations. Always the best. Hello. That's locked. You didn't see go back? You want me to go look at the bikini lady again? Oh. Dear me.
Oh my.
Freeze.
Okay, so there is a quick switch. We need to get below decks. So that's where we'll most likely find the Metal Gear in the cargo hold. Let me call Otacon. First, we're gonna call him to save.
Time to save?
It's taking me a bit to learn things, but I'm learning how to play this.
Okay. There's a saying that goes, even a bird on high dies a glutton's death, as do the fish of the deeps. The lesson is, don't be greedy. The fish that belonged to a family called the Deeps died from overfeeding, and so did a bird that got high on something, probably fermented fruit.
Okay, if you say so.
I do, Snake. Don't take unnecessary risks just because you're greedy for more items. Remember the Deep family's fish.
Okay, Otacon?
Hey, Snake, you found a handgun.
It's a decent one. USP.
The USP fires real bullets, not the knockout rounds the M9 uses. You know that, right? The USP isn't equipped with a suppressor either. If you fire it when there are enemies nearby, they'll probably hear it. Keep that in mind. Having the USP will make combat easier, but being undetected is still the best way to go, okay?
Gotcha. Stun grenade. Engine room, starboard.
Raven?
What looks like Vulcan Raven? They have an action figure of him. Can I take it? We want it though. Wire. Okay. Okay, that's locked. That's open. That's a dead crew mem. Well, I don't want them to notice that I noticed this, so... Does he have anything on him? That would be a no. Just gonna put that back where it belongs. I really can't have him? Okay. Honestly, the shadow effects are pretty good. Yeah.
Freeze.
No!
Wait, you're not calling anyone. You could see the dead crew member's shadow as he was driving. Yeah, that's the thing, because once, like, video games figured out how to do real-time shadows, like, relatively quickly during, or at least hitbox shadows, relatively quickly back around the PS2, Xbox days. But, like, that other things were like like other lighting effects were harder to do. Okay, USB port. Guy looks like on the lower levels right there. Like he's hiding right there. Can I get him from here? Not like that. Definitely not like that. Hang on. I want to drop down, Snake. There we go. pretty sure if I took the regular way down, I wouldn't have been able to get the drop on him. Yeah, he was standing right there looking at where I would have came down. Anything behind the stairs? I think we're good on the bullets there. Oh, ration. How's my health looking? Good. I like how my max number of rations is the same as it was at the end of MGS1. Whoop. Hey, turn around. Made sure he couldn't call anybody. Okay, we got some grenades. Weapon completionist tanker. Collect every type of weapon on the tank. Okay, bitchin'. Wasn't even trying.
Repair of the entranceway to the engine room on the port side is complete. We'll return to position following patrol of the small room on the port side.
That's not what I wanted. I wanted to...
Snake, there's another set of infrared sensors.
Son of a
in place.
bitch.
If you touch that, the explosives will detonate and that ship will be pulverized.
I'm not in the mood to go sleep with the fishes, but there are too many sensors. Looks like I'll have to find another way.
No need to worry. There's a way through. Take a close look. Do you see the thing with blinking green lights right next to the explosives? That's the control unit for the sensors. Destroy that, and the sensors stop functioning. You can't get in close enough to touch it, so you'll have to shoot it out. But the M9's knockout rounds won't work. The USP you picked up should do the trick. Use that gun. What's going on?
What the fuck? I shot the control unit. It's like, good, should be good. Even heard the shutdown sound. Then it explodes. Why? Did shooting that control unit not work? What's going on? No, that one's definitely out. Is there another one to shoot? Nope. That was a bad idea.
Snake, respond! Snake! Snake!
Okay. Otacon says... Let's see here. All these... control units. All these things. So, need to use USB. Okay, that shut off some of them. There's still some on. There. Okay, there we go. The game had 3 control units when I thought there was only 1 Raven. That's so, yeah. Deck 2.
Verrazano Bridge checkpoint passed. All non-essential personnel report to the holds in 10 minutes' time for the scheduled briefing session with the Commandant. You are ordered to continue manning your posts until that time.
Okay, that seems to be locked. More bodies down here. Turning around. No, he is not. Ooh, got him. Crew member on the loudspeaker wanted to... No, it was definitely not Gru. That guy had an American accent. Also locked up tight. Oh, fuck. The orange. Oh, sure, there they are. How many of you fuckers are there? Okay, I'm apparently still being seen every time I turn around. Dead bodies disappear. Locked. Sorry, how many times have I died? Only a couple of times. I didn't die in that encounter, it just took a while.
seal the stern hatch. The lift is also under our control.
We're on the foredeck, about to descend to the holds.
Sir, the Marine Commander has started his speech already.
We will complete the preparations before the end of the speech.
All communications to the holds have been severed. No one is aware of our presence.
Let no one down into the holds until we are out.
Yes, sir. We will secure your exit with our lives if necessary.
There is one more thing.
Yes, sir.
My daughter, keep her safe.
Yes, sir. Who goes there?
Wow. So I just have to do this way, huh? It bounced behind me. Fucking Christ. I can't throw it over cover. Why does the gun have lights? Oh my god. How are there still more of you? You understand what you get. Yeah, a lot of guns have flashlights on them, but why was my gun light on? Is there a way to turn it off? This is a stealth mission. It should not have been on. That last Spetsnaz decided he's just gonna wait for me to go through. He's like, I'm just gonna let that be.
Who goes there? Oh, Shalashaska. Why are you here? We thought you were with the Colonel. What the? The Colonel will be joining you soon. Comrade.
Ocelot is weird. Ocelot is always weird. I love Ocelot. He's weird and I fucking love it. He's never been normal.
Snake, are you in yet? Have you made it to the holds?
It's taking longer than I expected. We've already passed the Verrazano Bridge.
All right, we'll use another recovery point.
They may be planning to change course.
What?
The exits to the deck are all sealed.
What are they planning?
If they get Metal Gear, we're going right off the fringe.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses.
The men down here are definitely Marines.
The current state of nuclear...
If the deck is sealed off, they have no way of knowing that the ship's been taken over.
I'm not interested in fighting these guys. The weapons won't do me much good here.
Can you see Metal Gear?
No. I'll have to go around to the bow. They have some serious defenses here. I doubt the recent arrivals want to blast their way through the Marines either.
Wonder where they're headed?
I don't know. Not the beach, that's for sure.
Okay, Snake. Let's go over this one more time. Use this camera to get photographic evidence of the Metal Gear prototype. Now do your thing and take pictures that speak louder than the government's plausible denials. We need 4 shots. Metal Gear from the front right, and front left, and a close-up of the Marine Corps marking.
Marking?
There should be a Marine's insignia on the body of Metal Gear. Just let someone try explaining away a clear shot of that.
All right.
There's actually one little thing.
Just spit it out. I'm used to things going wrong.
It looks like someone's monitoring our transmission.
Who?
I don't have a clue. All they're doing is watching. It would creep me out less if they tried to interfere with our communications.
Could it have something to do with that cipher we saw?
Maybe. I've switched the encryption protocol for our burst transmission for now. What I want to do is use a different method for sending these photos, just in case.
Instead of using the codec?
Exactly. There's a workstation in the southeast corner of the block where Metal Gear is housed. I've made arrangements so that you can send the pictures from the machine.
Arrangements?
I hitched a ride on Link 16 into US military's proprietary network. Managed to get into that workstation and overwrote a part of the system software so I could remote install a little app I wrote.
Why bother with anything that complicated?
No, it's pretty simple, really. Look, all you have to do is stand in front of the machine and push the action button. The app will automatically launch and download the image data from the camera, split the files, and encrypt them individually. The data packets can then masquerade as...
Okay. So all I have to do is push the action button in front of the computer once I have the pictures, right?
Well, sure, if you put it that way. And one more thing. The Commandant's already begun his speech, but you need to get the pictures before he's done talking. Otherwise, they'll spot you, okay?
How much time do I have?
I hacked into his personal files and took a look at the text of that speech. I'd say you have 7 more minutes. Longer if he throws in a joke or two.
A 7-minute time limit, huh?
Remember, Snake, just the photos, okay?
With these kinds of odds, I won't be making any sudden moves. But that doesn't mean we can just let Metal Gear be hijacked.
Okay, but first the photos.
All right, we'll deal with the rest when we get there.
Stay low.
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the U.S.'s nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives. We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear. With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this. This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs. Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray. The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air background.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind.
There we go.
Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own Ray project. But I promise you that they will not succeed. I have a daughter. It is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious, unlike the Army's Rex. It can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected and make its landing on any shoreline. Its onboard Joint Tactical Information Distribution System identifies targets with This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the Great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can rule the sea and land as we never have before.
Everybody right-faced.
This turned out to be longer than expected. At ease. Rest a little.
Forget about it.
Guy dropped his magazine.
George Sears surrendered his presidency in the aftermath of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of Metal Gear Rex and next-generation nuclear warheads. But even you have heard rumors that he was forced to resign after the failed influence in the political. The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability. NMP technology leaked to other nations would make that continuously likely. If this theory is correct, it means that there was a calculated intent to cash in on this opportunity. You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident during the Sears administration. The current state of nuclear proliferation is a direct result of that event.
Metal Gear.
The proliferation and development of Metal Gear technology are about to render agreements like the NPT and START obsolete. There are also forces at work trying to exploit this disturbing trend to further their own power and influence.
Ray looks so good. I do like Ray's design. Ray's got a really neat design as a Metal Gear.
We cannot afford to play that Russian roulette again. The Metal Gear Ray you see is here to prevent that possibility. We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear. I seem to be repeating myself. Chalk it up to old age. The brain drain of nuclear specialists and the black market trade in weapons grade plutonium has been fueling a cottage industry in nuclear weapons since late last century. Add Metal Gear to the mix, and the result is the renewed proliferation we see the world over.
I don't want to go over there. That's so many Marines.
We once lived in the shadow of the Doomsday Machine. This Metal Gear Ray can bring other Metal Gears under control and ensure that we never know that fear again. We, the Marines, will be the guardians of this peace.
Holy crap. God, this looks old. Logan Scott. Incorrect. Fucking Scott. Incorrect. Login Scott. Let's log in Wednesday. Police, not Scott, Sprite. Sprite version 2.21 sensibility programmed image telegraph engine. Upload. I didn't take a picture of anything.
So, any codec moments from you, Snake? Okay, first up. Didn't think Gerlukovich was involved, of all people. We need 4 images. One from the front right, the front, and the front left, and a close-up of the Marines marking on the prototype. Get the prototype on camera.
Okay.
This Metal Gear Ray is a prototype designed to be
Zoom in B, zoom in A.
operated by an onboard pilot. In its final form, Ray will be unmanned, driven by tele-existence and an autonomous control system. The importance of next-generation technology such as C4ISR and RMA in battle situation has been discussed time and again. The National Missile Defense Program was initiated in the end of the 20th century. The National Missile Defense Program was initiated in the end of the 20th century, projected to completion in 2005. However, the NMD trial conducted in the year 2000 was a complete failure, and the success of the 1999 trials is now considered a chance happening. There was no technological...
I do not have time left.
The program was already attracting strong criticism from Russia and China for its potential violation of the Anti-Ballistic Missile Agreement. The fact that any development in missile defense accelerated...
Oh, I'm in the wrong spot right now.
President Sears forced the NMD proposal through and succeeded in deploying the program. Some say that it was a military interest, with plans for the $100 billion program budget that actually arranged the legislative approval. I'm on a roll here. Let's go on a little bit longer.
Yep.
What were you thinking? Snake! Snake!
Yep. Alright, let's try that again.
The proliferation and development of Metal Gear technology are about to render agreements like the NPT and START obsolete. There are also forces at work trying to exploit this disturbing trend to further their own power and influence. The human race is about to slide back into the endless arms race of the last century. And we cannot afford to play that Russian roulette again. The Metal Gear Ray you see is here to prevent that possibility. We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear.
Good.
Now I just need
I seem to be
image
repeating
from the
myself.
front.
Chalk it up to old age. The brain drain of nuclear specialists in the black market trade in weapons grade plutonium has been fueling a cottage industry in nuclear weapons since late last century. Add Metal Gear to the mix, the result is the renewed proliferation you see the world over. We once lived in the shadow of the Doomsday Machine. This Metal Gear Ray can bring other Metal Gears under control and ensure that we never know that fear again. We, the Marines...
Good.
This Metal Gear Ray is a prototype designed to be operated by an onboard pilot. In its final form, Ray will be unmanned, driven by tele-existence.
hope it actually goes through this time. Like these are. I hope these are good. I got front right, front left, and the symbol. And the Marines logo. Excuse me.
Looks like I have your photos now. Let's take a look. The first one I'm seeing is... Okay, this works. It's a great front view. And the next one is... I'm sorry. You need to take another one.
Shit.
So, what's the last one gonna be?
Front right, front left. Shit.
And an autonomous control system. The importance of next-generation technology such as C4ISR and RMA in battle situation has been discussed time and again, but Ray is the first to deploy it so fully. With Ray's completion, the Marine Corps will lead the way for a new age of military tactics.
That didn't count? Okay, that counted.
The National Missile Defense Program was initiated in the end of the 20th century, projected to completion in 2005. However, the NMD trial conducted in the year 2000 was a complete failure, and the success of the 1999 trials is now considered a chance happening. There was no technological solution in sight, and the program was already attracting strong criticism from Russia and China for its potential violation of the Anti-Ballistic Missile Agreement. The fact that any development in missile defense would trigger accelerated development has been pointed out.
Oh man, I do not have
beginning.
time. 4 seconds left to get this turned in. Gabe's like, that's not a good picture. I'm like, really? It's like, that's a good one. Like, barely even different.
Okay, I'm receiving the images. Okay, first up. I think you're too close to the target. Let's pull back and get the whole thing in the frame. What's next? Okay, that's good. The shot from the right is in the bag. So, what's the last one gonna be? You're a pretty good photographer. We can
Can't even see the
use
fucking
this
thing of
left
that shot, but fine, why not?
Okay, now we have all the photos. Snake, the speech is about to wind up. Forget the photos and get out of there now.
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the...
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. And of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
Spaghetti cinema.
What do you want?
You're in a top secret.
This machine will be quite useful.
Just shoot him.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back.
How? Some of you have a shot. You could have taken Garlukovich's head off already.
Nobody move. Understood?
Sneaky as a brick house. You telling me the cameraman didn't see this guy coming up? Leave it to the Marines to not do anything.
This ship now carries enough Simtex
Hello
on its
there.
key structural points to
Hello.
blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly.
Spetsnaz.
We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
Well, at least it's not as bad as what happened in
What do you
FF7
intend to do
first
with
demo.
Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Not you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo? How's that possible?
Ocelot, you! Have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Garlukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War.
Ah!
Metal Gear only has room for one! Garlukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitorous dog!
Good lord. Everybody's still pointing guns at Ocelot and nobody is fired. I love how the Marines are like, so do we shoot him? Like, I mean, he shot all the Spetsnaz, so...
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Dive program.
Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid!
The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's on.
After all! You're going down, Snake, with this tanker!
Okay, but how are you going to get out? Yeah, sure, guys. I'm sure the fucking bipedal nuclear-armed submarine can totally be taken out with your small arms fire. No, I'm sure that M203 will do something.
It'll tickle.
We're looking at Marines wielding M16s on irons trying to take on a nuclear-armed bipedal submarine.
I'm sure it's fine.
Now you might question, why the fuck is a submarine bipedal?
Worry about
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Otacon, we have a problem.
High pressure water gun. That's how it's gonna cut through the fucking thing. No bad thought. No. Wait a minute. I'm not. Honestly, if I question why Rey is bipedal, I would question why any of the Metal Gears are bipedal. And that's honestly just a question.
Snake!
Like that's a. Like asking that's an exercise in futility.
Snake!
location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's news flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Anyone who badmouths this game has no taste. Raven is having the time of their life. Okay. So, being honest, we probably don't have time to keep going. There's only 10 minutes left, and there's gonna be a lot. So it's probably best if we end it here. Scientists had to make thousands of calculations to create atomic bomb and determine its effects. Computers and atomic bombs, both products of World War II, grew up together. Information age, people, information.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The Big Shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the Big Shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the Big Shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEALs Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group, and they have the Big Shell under complete control.
Come in from downwind and pull up fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Also, your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the President. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the Big Shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The President?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the Big Shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the President and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part.
Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the back button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the back button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the big shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Okay, but how do I save, though? Saving is not listed. I guess we'll have to figure that one out later. Hang on, let me see here. What if I tune to 96? Shit. Okay, yeah. We'll probably just have to witness this again next time. Anyways, that's all it's gonna be for today. On Friday, we will be going to Control and doing the Alan Wake DLC. So I hope to see you guys then. Have a good one. Thank you all for coming.